Good morning, Shinji.
Good morning, Misato. Are you actually going to be the 11th main character for the Armies of Heroes multiverse?
That's right. And everyone will be there for my support, including you.
Okay, if you say so.
Come on, let's meet up with Falcon King and Undertaker. Morning, guys!
Morning, Misato!
Your motivation speech at Comic-Con will be starting in half an hour. This will be the start of your chance to become the 11th main character.
Of course, thanks to you two.
We know Comic-Con is gonna be crowded anyway, only because the motivation speech will take place.
There's no problem having a lot of crowd there, and I'll definitely make this motivation speech memorable for everybody. Anyways, let's get to Comic-Con.
We're rooting for you, Misato.
Welcome everyone to Comic-Con, and this is the Give Misato Katsuragi a Chance campaign. Today, we will be starting off with her motivation speech.
Thank you all so much for coming to my campaign. I would like to thank Falcon King and Undertaker for helping me get to this point. As leaders, I am deeply proud of them for their leadership skills and their integrity. Since we are all here, I'm going to tell you my character summary and description as my motivation speech. I'm a central character in the Anno series Neon Genesis Evangelion. I am introduced as a high-ranking officer at NERV, the organization tasked with defending Tokyo 3 from alien beings called Angels. Initially a captain, later promoted to major. I serve as the field commander for the Evangelion pilots, including the protagonist Shinji Hikaru. Known for my complex personality, which includes a blend of professionalism, emotional vulnerability, and a somewhat reckless, provocative behavior. For my role at NERV, I direct operations, provides tactical guidance during battles, and manages the bureaucratic aspects of the organization. For my family relationship with Shinji, I act as a parental figure and confidant for Shinji, though our relationship is often depicted with love gesturing undertones. For my emotional depth, I grapple with past trauma related to the second impact and my father's death, leading to a complex emotional life that often try to hide. For my character development in the Rebuild movies, my character evolves, become colder and more hardened, eventually leading a rebellion against NERV as the leader of the organization WoW. For my personality traits, I am portrayed as independent, sometimes reckless, and prone to emotional outbursts, but also deeply caring for those I protect. For my appearance, I am typically seen wearing my NERV uniform, but also have a distinctive casual outfit consisting of a red jacket over a black dress. And for my backstory, my father, Dr. Katsuragi, was involved in the second impact and died during the event. This had a profound impact on me, leading me to join NERV and seek revenge. I would like to point out that being the 11th main character will be my once-in-a-lifetime experience. Now, let's get on with the questions, shall we?
This might take a while to have so many questions and answers to the fans.
I think that's all the questions I need. As for the two leaders, would you mind coming up to the stage?
I'm glad you were enjoying listening to her speech, everyone.
And just a reminder that she'll be the 11th main leader by the end of the month. That's all we have to say.
Let's give a round of applause for Misato Katsuragi at her campaigns today.
That went well.
Indeed, your speech was incredible.
Next Wednesday will be your leadership test. We hope you're ready for it.
I'm already in, and this is just the beginning.
Alright, Misato. Since this is your 3-hour leadership test, we're gonna get you started by testing your leadership skills.
Good idea. After all, I'm the leader of NERV headquarters, so testing my leadership skills will be a good requirement.
I knew there's a reason why she will be the 11th main leader by the end of the month.
Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Let's get started.
This should be good.
Alright, let's see what you got.
As the leader of NERV, I lead the tactical operations for the Evangelion units, directing and devising strategies to combat the angels. I also manage the flow of information between the pilots, technicians, and the command center, and handles various bureaucratic aspects of NERV's operations. I also coordinate the Evangelion pilots during battles, relaying orders and strategies, and processing data from the technical team. Plus, I play a crucial role in Shinji Ikari's introduction to NERV and his subsequent living situation.
Before you, who's the original founder of this building?
To be quite fair, it was founded by the organization called Gainax, which was then reorganized into NERV. The key figures involved in the transition were Gendo Ikari and Seal. He served as the commander of both Gainax and later NERV, while Seal, a shadowy organization, secretly funded and controlled both entities, while Gendo Ikari is a prominent figure at NERV. He did not found it single-handedly. Unfortunately, he betrayed NERV and Seal by pursuing his own agenda for the Human Instrumentality Project, aiming to reunite with his wife, Ikari, after the defeat of the final angel.
What a reckless decision he made.
I just can't get over the fact that he abandoned me at the train station when I was 6.
We're sorry to hear that.
At least you have us.
But your father was a terrible person anyway, Shinji.
That's why he went too far by betraying NERV.
Betraying on one another is never the answer, just like Megatron betrayed Optimus Prime and his Autobots when Transformers 1 came out last year.
The reason why we don't trust Gendo Ikari to this day is because he abandoned Shinji after his wife died, only to devote himself to a plan named Human Instrumentality Project. It shows that he doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Where is he right now?
He's in Prison Island with the other villains.
As I suspected.
I think we're almost done with Misato's leadership test.
Is there a few more things you'd like to say before we finish it up?
Of course.
What have you been doing nowadays?
Just keeping everything under control as the NERV leader, despite Kaji flirting with me multiple times, even though we're a love couple.
He does seem charming.
Alright. Your leadership test is complete. Next Wednesday, I would like for you to be on my channel called 6 Feet Under as a special guest.
I'll definitely be there.
Welcome everyone to another 6 Feet Under podcast. We have a special guest who will be joining at this time, and it's Misato Katsuragi.
Thank you for having me on your podcast.
Anytime. Now, there are some questions I would like to ask you.
And what will that be?
What are your thoughts about being the CEO of your own headquarters?
It's a lot of responsibility, and believe me, when it comes to keeping everything under control at the NERV headquarters, I do play a crucial role very well.
If you were a special ghost in WWE, what is your reaction to all of us?
Well, let's just say I'll share my story on how I became the leader of NERV during Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That will be impressive. I think one day you'll be special guest in the audition.
Yeah, I think so too.
Is there any other Sega characters you want to meet, besides Sonic and his friends?
It will be Knights, the character who met Sonic from Sonic All-Star Racing and Tennis, including a few characters from Super Monkey Ball.
Have you seen any other WW games that you haven't played before, including feature films?
I've seen plenty of them, including Scooby-Doo and WWE, Curse of the Speed Demon.
I bet you have. And here is another important question. When was the first time you met Shinji?
I first met him when I was assigned to pick him up after being called to come to Tokyo 3. However, because the Angel Satchel was attacking, the interaction was rushed. We escaped back to Nerve, where Shinji's introduced his new job, piloting Evangelion Unito 1. And then later on, I took him to my apartment where he would come live with me.
What do you guys do during free time?
Usual stuff. It's kind of complicated to explain.
Where's Shinji right now?
He's at Subway, enjoying lunch with Asuka. Hopefully Bob and Eddie won't ruin it.
Don't worry, I got my own tracking device to make sure they won't cause trouble. Because if they do, they will get electric shocks. Just like my powers. So anyways, what is your favorite episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion series?
My personal favorite was during episode 12. I was promoted to the rank of Major after completing my studies at NERV Command and Staff College and being assigned as the Chief Tactical Operations Officer F, or the Evangelion program at NERV, Tokyo 3. I graduate from college at the top of my class. My promotion is a result of my strong military background, my performance at the Command and Staff College, and my subsequent placement in a crucial role within the Evangelion project. When you take your leadership skills to the next level, you work hard to achieve it.
I agree to that. Working hard for something does take a lot of determination. If you have your own superpowers, what skills do you like to fight against your enemy?
It's just going to be my military fighting tactics.
Alrighty then. I got 2 more questions left. So, let's continue. Any plans for the future one day?
I'll figure it out. Also, here's a good reason on how I'm not sick. My physical well-being in Neon Genesis Evangelion is not explicitly defined as being affected by illness or disease. While I have certain psychological traits that might be interpreted as symptoms of borderline personality disorder, these are not presented as medical conditions affecting my physical health. My character is portrayed as strong and resilient, even in the face of emotional and psychological trauma.
That definitely makes sense. There's one more question I'd like to ask you. How many games in your own series that you made?
There have been at least 28 video game adaptations within the Neon Genesis Evangelion universe, according to GameCompanies.com. These span various genres and platforms, including fighting games, visual novels, and even an upcoming XR trilogy. After all, Neon Genesis Evangelion is associated with Sega.
That's cool. But anyways, thank you for having a talk with you, Mr. Katsuragi. So next week, you'll be visiting Ghost Plane Industries to have an interview with Space Ghost.
Good idea, and I'll be there by then.
So how did it go?
6 Feet Under was perfect. Next week, I will be a special guest at Ghost Planet Industries, so I will get interviewed by Space Ghost.
I'm very happy for you, Misato. Let me just remind you, Space Ghost only asks all kind of silly or stupid questions to the special guests since 1994, and also, Ghost Planet Industries just changed the name to William Street since 1999, because of development of more adults cartoons, based on Hanna-Barbera animation-style property, 2 years, before Adult Swim exist. But anyways, good luck next week.
Hello, I am Space Ghost. Welcome to my show. Zorak, Moltar, and Brack are not with me today, because visiting today, I brought Undertaker, Falcontine, and Tari. But anyways, bring out the guest. Well, hello there. Who are you?
I'm Misato Katsuragi, the character from Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Very nice to meet you, Misato. Let's get started. So, tell me about the relationship of your true love, and how did you guys met?
We first met during our time at university in Tokyo too. Kaji and I were romantically involved in college, with him being my first romantic partner. We eventually broke up because he reminded me of my father. We did not see each other again until I flew out to the UN fleet ferrying Unito and Asuka to Japan, where we reconnect. Kaji appears in episode 8, Asuka Strikes, where he accompanies Asuka from Germany to Tokyo 3. Our relationship after college becomes a complex one, with me both insulting and being drawn to him, who continues to flirt with me. Kaji also becomes my informant as I began investigating the true purpose of NERV and the Human Instrumentality Project.
That does seem accurate. Maybe you two will get married one day in the future, go honeymoon together, and have your own kids.
I just need time to think about it first.
Take all the time you need.
Sometimes relationships can go in another direction if it gets complicated.
Do you know how many times he has been flirting with you with romantic looks?
Multiple times, and I do get annoyed by it.
If you see him walking and following you, say something nice.
Speaking of him, here he is now.
Hi there. I hope I'm not intruding.
You're not. And how did you get in the building?
Space Ghost left the door open for me.
Yeah, it was my idea to let him in.
I see where this is going.
I'll explain why I've been flirting with her multiple times. My flirtatious behavior is a consistent element of my dynamic with Misato, often acting as a way to engage with her, despite our complicated past and our current roles within NERV, and that's why we're still a love couple no matter how many times I flirt with her.
I already get it.
I'm guessing that you are a ladies' man.
You could say that. Also, I'll show you some photos that I've been using romantic flirting gestures on Misato.
Kaji don't.
Sorry, Misato. I can't help it.
Where did you find those photos?
And how are they on the computer?
He asked me to put them on the computer.
Only because it's uploaded on the internet.
You need to give Misato personal space.
Look, let's just not go crazy over this. We're in Space Ghost coast to coast.
She's right. Let's just continue.
Okay. Do you remember during the episode 8, when you were agitated about Kaji saying you were still wild in bed?
Tell me something. Is she still so wild in bed?
What? What are you implying by that?
No, she hasn't changed at all, has she?
I do remember him saying it, and it was embarrassing. Luckily, I had to let it slide. And deep down inside, I find it quite weird.
Like I said before, I just can't help it.
Maybe at least tone it down a little.
During a relationship with him. What else happened during your show?
By the end of episode 20, after Shinji's eventual rebirth from Unito 1, we resumed to our romantic relationship. During an intimate moment, he gave me a mysterious capsule, implying it's a significant, potentially final gift. This sparked my growing suspicion about Kaji's involvement with NERV and its secrets, prompting me to press him for information on the Human Instrumentality Project and Gendo's plans. He skillfully evades me questions but leaves me with this enigmatic capsule, suggesting a deeper, more dangerous truth he's involved in. And then during episode 21, there was a backstory of several key characters, most notably Kozo Fuyutsuki and the origins of Nerve and Seal. Fuyutsuki was kidnapped and interrogated by Seal, forcing him to recount his past and events surrounding the second impact. This episode reveals that humans were responsible for initiating the second impact, a truth kept hidden from the public. During Fuyutsuki's interrogation, it becomes clear that Kaji is operating as a triple agent, working for Nerve, Seal, and the Japanese government. He ultimately chooses to free Fuyutsuki, knowing this action will lead to his death. He admits his desire to get closer to the truth, a truth he hints at having some personal stake in. Kaji was then assassinated, and I was released from custody. Returning home, I find a message from Kaji urging me to continue his search for the truth. Leaving me devastated by his death, I broke down in tears after hearing the message, realizing the weight of the task Kaji has entrusted me with.
The good news is, I was brought back to life during the rebuild of Evangelion film series, thanks to our creator.
That explains a lot. Why did you like to be the 11th leader of the Armies of Heroes?
It's because I've been watching this series since 2022, and this would be my chance to join in. That's the reason I will be the 11th main character by the end of the month.
That's interesting.
When did Kaji shoot into the watermelon farm?
During episode 17, Kaji reveals his hobby of growing watermelons in the geofront and invites Shinji to see them. He explains that he finds nurturing things enjoyable and encourages him to learn from the process.
I have one more question. Who's Hideaki Anno?
He's a Japanese animator, filmmaker, and the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion.
That's cool. Anyways, guys, thank you for visiting at Ghost Planet Industries.
Anytime, Space Ghost.
So, how did it go?
Pretty good. By the end of the month, the ceremony will take place at the public park.
Hey guys, did you smell something?
Hey, don't look at me. I didn't cut it.
Good afternoon, heroes. Thank you all for coming for very important meeting about 11th main leader ceremony, which will take place by the end of the month. It will begin from 12 p.m. to 6 p.m.
So, what is this all about?
The 11th main leader ceremony will have 4 things that we're going to tell you. 1. We're going to tell everybody the story about Misato Katsuragi's life as the Nerve leader from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. 2. There's gonna be a tribute video of her, and we're gonna present her a main leader badge to congratulate her. After that, we're going to start celebration from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m.
That will be a wonderful idea.
I agree with you, Toby.
Now, any questions?
Not at all.
I already finished all the scripts of Heal Life so she could read it on the stage in front of everybody in the city.
That's good to hear, Tari. This is gonna be very special for her.
And let's all remember that we're having Misato Katsuragi as the 11th main leader for the Armies of Heroes will change her life forever.
What if we could give her a nice, surprise card? so she will remember everything.
That sounds good. She'll definitely love this.
Good idea, Toby. We will writing a letter message to Misato Katsuragi on a card.
One more question. Who's keeping an eye on her right now?
My officers and I, we're going to keep an eye on her until Wednesday. We're going to make sure she won't ruin surprise.
Well, that's all for the meeting for today. You may begin decorating the ceremony tomorrow morning in the middle of the city, but this time, work together as a team, while police officers will keep an eye on Misato Katsuragi.
Alrighty then.
Let's go.
I'm ready when you are.
This is going to be the longest decorating part in the middle of the city that we ever had.
And then during the 11th episode of Neon Genesis Evangelion, we were attempting to climb out of the elevator. But then the power went back on, and I lost my footing, causing us to fall on the ground. When Ritsuko, Maya, and Hugo opened the elevator door, they looked at us in disgust, claiming that we were doing something flirtish.
Don't remind me of that moment. I had to tell them what really happened while we were stuck in the elevator when the power was previously out. Maya and Hugo understood what I'm saying, but Ritsuko, not a bit much.
Technically, it was my fault for getting us caught in the situation. But don't worry, it won't happen again.
At least you were able to be honest with me and the others, but let's just forget about what happened, okay?
Alright. As of right now, your 11th main character ceremony is 3 days away. I'm guessing that a lot of people will show up.
Of course they are, especially Falcon Teen and Undertaker. They've been helping me through this since the start of April.
That makes sense.
Hey Reggie KG, we need to be at the Gmod City Park immediately.
I gotta go, Misato. They need me to help us set up your ceremony for this Wednesday. And don't worry, we'll show you when we complete it by then.
Alright, Kaji.
Welcome everybody, to the 11th main leader ceremony. We're glad to have you all here. Without further ado, please welcome, to the character from Neon Genesis Evangelion series, who will be the 11th main leader shortly. Misato Katsuragi.
Thank you all for coming to my 11th main character ceremony. This has been an inspiring journey I had, and I couldn't have done it without the 2 leaders who helped me through this. Now with that being said, I would like for them to come to the stage, including the rest of the main characters.
We were going to tell you a story about her life as the leader of Nerve.
And it takes place at the beginning of the Neon Genesis Evangelion franchise.
Misato is the captain of the Tactical Operations Department of the Special Agency Nerve. Under her command, most of the important decisions in the battles between the Evangelion mechas and the enemies known as Angels are made, and she takes responsibility for the outcomes. It all began at the age of 13. Misato followed her father Dr. Katsuragi on a scientific research expedition to the South Pole. On September 13, 2000, a natural disaster known as Second Impact occurs in Antarctica. All members of the expedition, including Dr. Katsuragi, die in the accident. Misato, the only survivor, is rescued by her parent in an escape pod. Shortly before his death, her father gives her a pendant in the shape of a Greek cross. The event causes Misato an emotional trauma, which causes her to fall into a state of psychogenic aphasia. To prevent an information leak on the Second Impact, she is detained in a research ship for at least 2 years. 5 years after the catastrophe, Misato heals and enrolls in the university in the city Tokyo 2, where she meets the student Ritsuko Akagi. In the same period, she meets Yoji Kaji, with whom she forms a romantic relationship that lasts 2 years. In 2009, after finishing her university studies, Misato joins the German division of a research center called Gehirn and meets Asuka Langley Soryu, a pilot assigned to command the EVA-2. She is later transferred to the NERV Special Agency and returns to Japan, where she is promoted to the rank of captain. In 2015, she picks up Shinji Ikari, a pilot assigned to command the EVA 1, escorting him to the NERV headquarters in the city Tokyo 3. After a short time, the woman becomes his legal guardian, hosting him in her apartment with her pet penguin Pen. During a trip on the United Nations Naval Fleet, Misato meets Kaji and Asuka again. Shortly after, she takes Asuka in custody, and thanks to her contribution other angels are destroyed. Meanwhile, Misato encounters Kaji at work and tries to avoid him with a contradictory attitude, but they eventually become closer with time and form a romantic relationship again. After other war operations and the destruction of more enemies, Misato is promoted from captain to major. As events progress, however, Misato becomes suspicious of Yoji, whom she discovers is a spy for the Japanese government. Misato discovers a giant anthropomorphic being, which Kaji identifies as the first angel. Adam, which is responsible for the second impact, is being kept in the NERV headquarters. Misato, shaken by the discovery, begins to doubt the real intentions of the NERV and those of her friend Ritsuko Akagi, director of the technical department of the organization. Sometime later, Kaji dies, and Misato begins to persistently search for the truth about second impact and a plan known as the Human Instrumentality Project. With the help of her subordinate Makoto Hyuga, she gathers secret information about the intentions of the Human Instrumentality Project. Later on in the movie The End of Evangelion, the day she discovers the truth, a secret organization called SEAL orders the requisitioning of the NERV headquarters, which is stormed by troops of the Japanese Strategic Self-Defense Forces. During the attack, Misato tries to get Shinji to safety and persuade him to go to the battlefield, but she is mortally wounded and dies before the start of the Human Instrumentality. Further differences in the story and characterization of Misato appear in the Rebuild of Evangelion film tetralogy. During production, Anno wanted to assign her the role of co-protagonist of the rebuild alongside Shinji, changing her personality. The feature film Evangelion 1.0 You Are Not Alone, 2007, almost exactly follows the first 6 episodes of Neon Genesis Evangelion. Misato, as in the 4th episode of the classic series Hedgehog's Dilemma, after the battle against the angel Shamshell, scolds Shinji during a private conversation, but when she leaves Shinji she slaps herself, because she feels bad for grabbing his collared shirt aggressively. In Rebuild, Misato is aware of the presence of the second angel Lilith in the NERV headquarters, and reveals its existence to Shinji just before the battle against Ramiel. Before Operation Yashima, Shinji asks Misato why he was chosen as a pilot. Misato, holding his hand, replies that there is no particular reason and that gives him a valid reason to continue piloting and fighting for the salvation of mankind. In the second installment of the saga, Evangelion 2.0 You Can Not Advance, 2009, Misato appears less cautious and less reserved than in the original version. During the feature film, she pushes Shinji to get closer to his father Gendo and begins to emotionally talk with Asuka. At the end of the movie, during the battle against the 10th angel, Misato encourages Shinji to save Rei and Ami for danger, even though she is aware of the risks. In Evangelion 3.0 You Can Not Redo, 2012, set 14 years after the previous one, Misato plays the role of head of an organization named Willy, which was created to destroy the NERV, as well as captain of a flying ship called AAA Vendor. She maintains a cold attitude towards Shinji to keep him from getting close to his father again and from piloting an Evangelion unit. In the final feature film of the saga, Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0 Thrice Upon a Time 2021, Misato travels with the crew of AAA Vendor to Antarctica, the epicenter of the second impact, to attempt to neutralize a unit called EVA 13. Here, Shinji asks Misato to pilot the EVA 1 to stop the antagonist, Commander Hikaru. A member of the Lily Sakura Suzuhara tries to shoot Shinji, but Misato covers him. Misato then apologizes to Shinji for giving him the cold treatment, and remains alone on board AAA Vendor, sacrificing herself to stop Gendo's plans. In the course of the story, it is also revealed her partner Kaji died to stop the third impact, and in the interval between 2.0 and 3.0, she gave birth to their son, also named Kaji, who grows up without knowing his mother by her own will. At the end of the film she was brought back to life, but it was unknown where she's at currently.
deeply glad that you all heard my emotional and inspiring story. And most importantly, the greatest honor you've given me is letting me serve you, the helpless people of Tokyo 3 and Gmod City. And at the end of every day, well, I often ask myself, who would I be without you?
Miss Misato, I'd like to thank you for picking me up from the train station in Tokyo 3 to come live with you. And for giving me a good life and helping me get through this as an Ava pilot.
Anytime, Shinji. I'm really glad to have you as my adopted child.
And I'm glad to have you as my legal guardian.
Alright everyone, let's start the tribute video of Misato Katsuragi.
Roll the video, please.
government official after all, so everything's gonna be perfectly fine, okay? Okay.
I'm speechless. That was the most inspiring tribute video of me I've ever seen.
Misato Katsuragi, I hereby presenting you a main leader badge.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations!
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations!
You are now officially the 11th main leader of the Armies of Heroes.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Let the celebration begin.
It sure feels good now that I'm the 11th main character.
Exactly. And we are very proud of you.
We hope you keep up the good work in the future at Nerf headquarters.
And maybe we'll get married in the future and have our own kids too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hey, Masihiro. There's something I've been meaning to ask you.
Sure. What is it, Toby?
Mario and I have been talking, and we decided that you are welcome to join our mission this year, and this is going to be epic.
There will be 11 of us to go on the mission, while the rest of our teams can come with us.
He also would like to know if you want my twin cousin to record your eyes close up.
Yeah, joining the mission will be a good experience. And as for my close up, you can record my eyeballs.
What do you think?
Not bad. I appreciate you doing this. It's no wonder why you're good at this.
Thanks. That means a lot.
What a peaceful night. This is what the celebration of Misato Katsuragi's 11th main character is all about. It's like our dream has come to reality.
There are some serious steps we have to make, as long as we stick together.
No matter what happens, the heroes always win.
Exactly. That's why we're here.
And to be quite fair, there can be difficult decisions we must make when the time is right.
Hopefully this won't turn into a disaster.
I'm pretty sure it won't.
As long as we complete every task during our mission, we'll be okay.
In the meantime, let's enjoy the night at the party.
We're glad you're with us, Misato.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
I can't believe this. I can't believe Misato Katsuragi has officially become the 11th main leader with the Armies of Heroes friends. This is completely bogus. Neon Genesis Evangelion just discontinued since 2023. I mean, that doesn't make any sense.
Hey, J-Dude! Look on the screen!
Mr. Puzzles, it's really you. I can't believe you escaped from prison.
But the real question is, how did you escape?
Hello, my friend. It's been a while since War of the Fat Italian in 2024. Since I hire a new villain named Mr. Weapons, I really need your help.
Fly to the